Hello, this is Pete Peterson with Stealth Health, and I'm going to show you how to make Pete's Killer Quiche. I've made it lots of times. A lot of people just absolutely love this. This is not something that's quick and easy, as you'll probably see. It took a little bit of preparation time, but when I do it, I make a lot, and I freeze it, and then you just put it in the oven and warm it up. And this time I'm doing it for somebody's birthday at work, and then also for our family. First of all, one of the things that I rarely eat is meat, and you could say I eat meat sparingly, which I do, and I eat bacon even less often, and it's really, really rare that I have bacon. There's 2 times that I have bacon. One is with the quiche, and another is with my spinach salad. I've already cooked bacon, and I've already poured off a lot of the grease to the bacon, and I'm leaving a little bit of the oil in there. I cut it up, and I'm going to just pour it right into the food processor that I'll be using here in just a few minutes. When I saute vegetables, and there's a lot of vegetables in this, and so in spite of the bacon, it's actually really a healthy meal. But when I saute vegetables in general, I always start with the hardest vegetables, and in this case, it is green tomatoes. If you can get green tomatoes, that's great. If you can't, get the least ripe tomatoes you can. I've got, and of course, if they're riper tomatoes, you wouldn't put them in first because they wouldn't be harder. But in this case, they are, and green tomatoes are great with this quiche. I have about 4 to 5 cups, and I'm gonna put these in, and I'm sauteing them at a fairly high temperature. I don't want to make them super soft, and I'll explain why in just a little bit. The next thing that I'm going to put in here are broccoli stems, and I use both the stems and the tops of the broccoli, and I do the stems separately because the stems are a lot harder, and altogether there's again about 4 to 5 cups of the broccoli, so the stems are going in next, and stir those in a little bit. The next thing is zucchini, and this time of year it's really easy to get zucchini. Lots of people are just giving it away, and zucchini is generally really easy to grow too. So I've got my zucchini in there and stirring it. Next thing I'm going to put in are onions, and I've got again 4 to 5 cups of onions. You can put in whatever kind of onions that you like, depending on your taste. And the onions are going to go in and saute. Okay, I'm back, and I'm going to show you a little bit more. The next thing I'm going to add are peppers, and again it's about 4 to 5 cups of peppers, including about a half a cup of jalapeno peppers. They're really hot. I leave the seeds in the peppers. I cut them up. There's one green pepper from my garden, but it's basically a mixture, jalapeno and some sweet peppers. Of course, the jalapenos really add quite a kick to it. The next thing I'm going to add is the rest of the broccoli. I've already added the stems, and I'll put the tops on and stir those in. The stirring is really pretty constant. You have to keep stirring because I have it on a high heat. The last thing that I'm going to add are mushrooms. I could have used a bigger pan. We have a wok that I could have used, which would have been much better for this much in vegetables, but you wouldn't have been able to see what I was doing very well. I will just stir these down until everything is soft but not mushy, and add things back in that fall out. Okay, I've sauteed the vegetables, changed to a different spoon that works a little bit better for this. And most of the vegetables are soft and not mushy. Some of the vegetables are still a little bit hard. The broccoli stems are still a bit hard. Some of the zucchini is still just a little bit hard, but that's absolutely fine for what I'm going to do. And I'm going to grab the food processor, and I put the bacon in the food processor previously. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start stirring in or adding in some of the vegetables into the food processor here. Put that into the food processor. Put it up here and grab the lid. As you notice, I didn't do that for very long at all. I just want to mix it up a bit. And I have a large bowl right here. And I'm going to put this into the bowl. And I'm going to turn my frying pan off with the burner. Lots of great vegetable juice in there, but I won't be using that. Looks like I can get the rest this time. You don't want to blend this too long. You just want to get them chopped up fine so that the flavors will mix together really nicely. But not too much, because you don't, again, you really don't want mush. Okay. I'm going to pause and change a few things around just a little bit. Okay, adding the last bit, I'll go ahead and take the blade out. Okay, I've got all the vegetables plus the bacon mixed in here. I have already cracked and emptied out 1 dozen jumbo eggs, and I really like to use that amount, the jumbo eggs, to make it set up really nice here. And the next thing I have is 2 pounds of pepper jack cheese. And I much prefer the pepper jack. It gives you a better taste when it's all done. There's no spices in this at all. However, it is a little hot because of the ½ cup of jalapeno peppers and also the pepper jacks. So there's a little bit of bite to it, but it's absolutely delicious when it gets all done. I'm going to take the blender and mix it all real nice here. Okay, now the last thing is to add them to the pie crust. The pie crust, um, I just already made pie crusts. If I wanted to be really super healthy, which I usually like to do, um, I would have made them myself. Would have made them whole grain, but these aren't. I'm going to take some of these to work. I'll have some left here at home, and I'm hoping to take one down to my daughter. Um, and I made some quiche not too long ago. I did it a little bit different way, and she was kind of disappointed, so I want to make it up to her by going back to the way that I usually make quiche, and hope that she loves it. And what I'll do is I will fillet the pie crust and put them in the oven at 350. I'll show you what they look like when they're done. What you want to do is you want to stick a knife in to make, and when the knife can come out clean, that means that they're done. We've moved recently, and this oven runs a little bit hotter than our old oven, so I'm not positive how long it'll take. I'll let you know when it gets all done. But I'll just take and put it into the pie crust, and what I do is I put a scoop in each one of them initially, and then I will keep on going back and forth, because otherwise you end up with a ton of liquid right at the very end, and I don't want to do that. I want to have vegetables and liquid pretty even amongst all of the pies. So I will keep doing this until they are all filled, and then I'll show you what it looks like after they're baked. Hello again. The quiche are done. It took just a little bit over an hour to bake in the oven. Kitchen is clean. If you could smell it, they smell absolutely delicious. I realize you can't really see them, so I'll hold one up here. They're just really fabulous. They're just absolutely delicious. Most of them I will cover with aluminum foil and put in the freezer for later. There's 8 really nice quiche. Some will be eaten soon, some later. Hope to take one to my daughter who lives out of town. So I hope you give it a try. It's not a quick and easy meal. Not the most healthy thing that I make, but they are absolutely delicious. And they have a lot of really good healthy things, lots of great healthy vegetables, different things in there. So if you want to try it, try it. Also, you can click on the link below and find nutritional information on this particular meal, as well as other recipes. Thanks for watching.